take our OU final and combine it with the Z initial that we learnt very recently to make a very useful and common word, which means to leave. 走. So this character does mean both to walk and to leave, but I would say to leave is probably the most common one. So let's focus on that. Now this word 走 is used very commonly with 了. 走了. 走了. If you would say this phrase 走了, you might upon first seeing it think that that means left, to have left, because you've got 了, right? Something has changed, something has finished. And while this is definitely a legitimate meaning for this word, the far more common usage would be I'm going, like I'm about to go. So how would you say I'm going? 我走了. 我走了. And we've got a really common example of the tone sandy, the tone change rules. 2/3 tones together means the first one changes to a second tone. So make sure you get that right. Make sure you go right up to first tone level. 我走了. 我走了. Now before we go to the next video, I realized that 了 here might seem a little bit weird because we've already covered that 了 is used mainly for signifying a change or completion. But you could think about this in this context at the moment. It's kind of like I have made the decision, like it's a very definite thing that's going to happen. So that is in fact the change or completion that's happened in the person's mind, the decision. So next time you're with a group of Chinese people and you're about to leave, you can just say 我走了 and amaze them with your perfect pronunciation. Before we introduce the next pronunciation principle, I wanted to introduce this really useful particle, another particle which we use when we want to make suggestions, which is 吧. So remember the B in Chinese, very light. 吧. So you just add this on the end of a sentence and it adds a sort of suggestive quality to it. Let's use it with 走. So if you wanted to suggest, shall we go, let's go, you would just say 走吧. Now based on what you already know about Chinese, how do you think you would respond positively to that? We take the pertinent bit of information and we repeat it back. So it would be 走, 走. Now if you notice how I just said that, 走, I used the full third tone, and that's one of the rare circumstances where it would come in. So if someone asks you, should we go? 走吧, you would answer with the full third tone, 走. Why? Because it's isolated. There's no other tones surrounding it. There's a couple of more really common circumstances when you would use the full third tone. For example, if you were asking someone, is that good? Is that good? How would you ask that first of all? Good ma? 好吗? Another way we could ask it using the 不 construction. 好不好? 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 How would you answer positively to this? Well, there's a couple of ways. We could say 好的, 好的. Or as we just did with 走, we could also say just simply 好 with the full third tone, down and up version. If you have a single third tone by itself, you're going to say it fully. 好, 好.